Hi Taurus, this is your December 2018 reading. Taurus, we initiated a configuration with a full moon of 24th of October 2018 that will carry you through all the way to the total lunar eclipse of 21st of January, which I believe is focused on your career and your fulfillment from your existing career. 21st of January 2019 eclipse is focused on releasing a job, a career, a work responsibility that is not making you feel secure anymore in your life. So it's the time to let go, but it comes through a process of it, and it comes through a process of wounding, because to some extent we need to be hurt enough to leave a situation, especially when we are a fixed sign like yours who believes in creating value out of existing situation, who believes in delivering value in whatever situation they are in. You like to make use of an existing situation, but I believe this existing situation is beyond redemption and you need to slowly let go of this, or at least a part of it, because it's not serving you anymore. It all started with the 24th of October full moon, when sort of you got a core shaker of a full moon which woke you up to reality, to the current situation, some portion of current situation that was not clear to you. It came to clarity and it sort of hit you in your core, in your heart, and with that you started an exercise of moving away from something or detaching from an old cycle, because it was sort of hurting you too much, or it was not serving you well, or it was not a situation in which your self-respect was being taken care of. The self-respect and the net worth, the finances that were not taken care of might have become evident in November, and more increased information around the situation being stale, this information not being in line with your requirements, your future expansion plans will come to visibility around 13th or 14th of December. I believe it's coming in layers, but the way it's coming is it sort of hurts every time a new set of information comes, or a new certain sense of realization comes that either the situation is not of any value for your future, or in the current situation you're not valued. More and more wounding happens, but as I said, a little bit of wound is required to excite action, to move us out of our comfort zone, to move us out of the current situation. And I believe by December 21st your mind is very strong, you're sort of regenerated and ready to move to a new expansive adventurous phase in your life, because in January we have a solar eclipse, a powerful new start in your house of adventure. It's about starting something which is more expansive, more real, more in line with your philosophy, and it will require you to let go an old philosophy, let go an old view of your life, and to some extent lower your boundaries to let different kind of people in, different kind of experiences in, because you're ready to free yourself from an old cycle, end an old cycle. The new cycle will be different from the previous one. So it requires you to sort of bring your boundaries down, and this regenerative exercise, this rebirth exercise is happening in December. You're sort of finding your power, you're finding your resources, your inner resources to go ahead with a powerful transformation in your life. You're releasing the past and you're restarting. This is a process of rebirth which will also be experienced very strongly on 21st of December, because Mercury and Jupiter are coming together for the first time in 12 years in the sign of Sagittarius with a fixed star of Antares. Antares as a fixed star, it's a royal star. It is known to provide cleansing experience through death and rebirth. The power of it, the success of it is realized by being open to being reborn. You need to have a rebirth of sorts from your past life to go into a more expansive one. And I believe the new opportunities in career, new opportunities in growth and further, and new kind of responsibilities will come as early as February, because in February you have a new moon happening in your career house, especially if you have any planets around 10 to 20 degree of Taurus, which means you're in the middle of the Taurus season. You will find that season in February full of opportunities for growth. In fact, you need this whole process of regeneration, of coming up for air to some extent. This month is like getting wounded and then coming up for air so you can breathe a little, and then you can expand your mind to go into something more expansive right off the bat in January. Uranus will go direct on 6th of January, and then the series of events, they don't stop all the way till March, because we have no retrogrades happening till March. So the whole flow will move really, really fast in March, in January all the way to March. And the sequence of events will evolve beyond your imagination, I believe, because Uranus will be squaring the nodes throughout this exercise, throughout January. You'll find that the events will feel fated. We have 2 eclipses in January. We have 5 planets in January in your house of expansion. We have South Node in your house of philosophy, in your house of international trade. There is something that needs to be let go so you can expand further, so you can fly higher than what you're flying right now. Whether it is expansion in form of you finding a new course, a new education, a new exercise of learning something beyond your day to day, that these are tools that you're acquiring, and 2019 has that theme of you acquiring new skill set so you can grow further to the next stage in your career. This could be you taking a sabbatical and deciding to take an education in 2019, or this could be on the job training. This is very steep learning curve, and you should take advantage of that, because in 2019 you'll be working very hard with Saturn, Pluto, South Node concentrated on your house of education, your house of expansion, your house of sort of getting those tools in place constructively so you can make use of 2020 when Jupiter will be in your career house. That is the time when your sort of expansion of your career will happen and the use of all of it will come. So if 2019 will feel like hard work, and this hard work I believe will flow for you, it is in trine with you, you're already in the process of it all, you're realizing that your skill set needs to be upgraded to get to the next stage in your career. And whether it is through learning on the job or going ahead and taking some time for yourself so you can do that, I believe both are great ways to do it depending on your personal situation. The month of December is very active socially as well. So while you're working on this empowerment exercise, you're not doing that alone. I believe you're connecting with people, you're forming important connections, especially around 16th and 17th of December. We have amazing aspects to make good connections. In fact, after 14th of December all the way till 20th of December, you have great aspects which are exact on 16th of December, 17th of December and 20th of December to make amazing connections, very powerful connections in the society. It will give you sort of a new view as well. It will give you a different view of why this exercise you have to go through, why you need to go through this rebirth of sorts. It will give you a view into new hopes and dreams for your future and an expanded view of your future. And as I said, in January, that expansion of mind, that expansion of goals will come through to you with the eclipse of 6th of January 2019. So this is sort of an overview of what's happening, Taurus. I'm really sorry to do your video delayed, but I believe that I need to understand the energy clearly and I should have something meaningful to say before I make the videos. And somehow this came down to me clearly with Mercury being visible today in the sky. The clear messaging came to me that that is the meaning of it all. Beyond regeneration, why this whole series of events are happening, that is the meaning behind it all. So I hope that helps you. I'll go into the details of December now. If you're not joining me in the details section, I wanted to thank you for staying with me through 2018. I'm really thankful for your support for this channel. I started this channel only in the middle of this year, and since then I've found my subscribers have supported me with comments, with likes, with shares, and I really appreciate that. I appreciate you subscribing to my channel, and I hope you continue with me in your fabulous 2019. I believe there are big changes that are coming in the first half of 2019 itself. Jupiter will be in your 8th house of transformation. It will ease the changes that you're undergoing. It will ease the transformation that you're undergoing into this expansive phase of your life. So thank you so much. Happy New Year and Merry Christmas to you. I'll go into the details of December now. As we stand today on 10th of December, we have Mercury just gone visible into the sky as a morning star. With Mercury becoming visible and it as morning star, we sort of become a go-getter in our head. Our thought processes become very, very clear. Our communication becomes very, very clear. Our thought process around finances becomes very, very clear. And for you, Mercury retrograde theme was around finances, it was around worth, it was around figuring out a transformative process by which you attain the true value that you deserve. And now that thought process around how to get your true value will become clearer and clearer as the month goes by. We also had a new moon in the same house, in the house of shared finances, in the house of intimacy around 7th of December, that will continue to sort of pan out in layers during the course of December, because the ruler of that becomes visible after 14th of December. So I believe this whole exercise of realizing how to make this current position, this current situation you are in, become more valuable for you and get more value out of that, whether it is in form of enhancing your finances, getting sort of your financials sorted, or maybe to some extent get the proceeds of this partnership improved for you, what kind of discussions you need to have, that becomes clear during the course of this month, especially around 13th or 14th of December, when Mercury sort of revisits the full moon of last month, which was also focused around your self-worth and net worth. So I believe the theme of this current week is definitely on financial worth and self-worth and regenerating yourself so you can create more net worth for yourself. This new moon of 7th of December, which will continue to have effect all the way till 21st or 22nd of December, as well as the theme of Mercury this month, is around getting your fair share, whether it is in form of money, finances, or intimacy in a joint relationship. So you're sort of looking to get the fair share, whether it is financially from a business partner or from the financial institution you have taken a loan from, or the financial institution that you work for and you earn commissions or you earn sort of bonuses from an institute that you work for. Getting your fair share of that is the theme of this new moon. You'll find this new moon to be very regenerative, but the regeneration, I believe, will come after 14th of December, when Jupiter will become visible and you'll start feeling the ease of this transformation, this newfound power to sort of ask for what you truly deserve, both in your committed relationship as well as the partnerships in business. You'll feel very strong to ask for your fair share. And in your mind, you'll feel very powerful. This is a very powerful regeneration exercise where you sort of dig deep in your resources to come back up stronger in your self-worth. There is a whole grand water trine as well that is happening till 14th of December, which also helps in the process. This grand water trine is helping you heal not being treated so well in a social situation. I believe there's some amount of hurting of not being treated in the way you want to be treated in a social situation, whether it is a sort of a business group which has not given you the status that you truly deserve, or it is a social friends group, a house of relationships, essentially certain close relationships that have not served you the way they should. There's a healing of sorts because you're realizing your own power in this exercise. This is a very empowering month. You're coming out very, very strongly at the end of this month, even by 21st or 22nd of month, because the next chapter requires you to sort of pull this power up and break through a certain old mold and go into a completely new chapter in your life. Uranus will be in your sign in 2019, right from March of 2019. Uranus in your sign only happens once in 84 years. It's about breaking old mold and moving into a very different phase of your life. And in order to do that, you need this regenerative exercise. So give yourself the time to heal, give yourself the time to regenerate so you can pull this internal power to move into a new expansive part of your life. Around 16th of December is when I believe the positive things start becoming more visible. But even after 14th of December, with Jupiter becoming visible, you feel the change coming your way. That you feel the power to let go of the old and to ask for your true worth in the new phase of your life come through after 14th of December. Venus and Saturn are meeting together on 16th of December. You'll feel that right off the bat on 14th of December itself, you are finding the right relationships that serve you well in the next chapter. It is about forming the right relationships, the right partnerships that are going to be part of your expansive phase in the next year. Because Venus is in your house of partnerships, and it is meeting Saturn, which is trying to create the tools to enhance your career. So you meet the right kind of people who will be part of this next phase, who will help you grow in 2019. So be very active socially around 16th of December, around 17th of December. On 17th of December, Mars and Pluto are meeting each other. This is another empowering aspect. This is you becoming very visible socially. If there's a business connection that you've been looking to meet to make, which will help you in the next phase, 17th of December is the day to meet that person. 17th of December is just the day when that aspect is the strongest. But after 13th of December, this energy, I believe, is available to you. It's a sextile, so you have to make use of it. You have to actively take actions to be able to access this energy, which could be in form of sort of making the call, meeting the person, being out in the parties, in the social network to make the right connections. But this is you feeling very very empowered to make a difficult step. If there was a difficult step that you were not able to take so far, 17th of December is the day to sort of make that step. You'll be able to take a very difficult call on 17th of December, in my view. At the same time, if you've been working on something related to publishing, related to launching something to a larger set of people, again, 17th of December is a great day to do that. You will get a deeper understanding of your standing in a social network and the power to change your social standing on 17th of December. I think half of the battle is won if we are strong in our head and you feel empowered in our head. And I feel that you do that around 16th or 17th of December. You feel empowered to move into a much stronger phase of your life. On 20th of December, Sun and Uranus are meeting each other. It's about trying something different. If there's something from a skill set perspective that you have been looking to acquire, you'll feel very excited to go after certain new skill sets. I will request you to sort of figure out some new ideas over what kind of skills enhancement you need to do for 2019 that will serve your career well. Those ideas might come to you around 19th or 20th of December. I will request you to be on lookout for that. Right from 18th to 21st of December, I feel that you'll feel very excited for the next phase in your life, and that is the time to sort of look at what kind of new thought processes, new tools you need for your growth in 2019. On 21st of December, Venus and Neptune are meeting together. That's a date night in my view. You also have Mercury and Jupiter together in the house of intimacy. So if there's any day ever in the last 12 years that have been good from intimacy perspective, December 21st is the one. It is also the day I feel you feel this positive transformation come through. You feel optimistic, you feel positive in the face of knowing that something has to end. There's a clear knowing, I believe, by 21st of December that something has to end for you to move forward. Otherwise, you will not reach the next expansive phase of your life. That is also the day when Sun is moving into this expansive phase of your life. It's about travel. It's about meeting people who are different from you. It's about exploring your broader scopes. It is about expanding your horizons, because there's something more for you as compared to status quo. You realize this day, I believe, that status quo is not enough and you want to expand more, you want to explore more, because there's more in store for you versus where you are right now. Right on the next day, on 22nd of December, is a very busy full moon. It's a beautiful full moon. Full moon in Cancer is happening, which will have an effect all the way to the solar eclipse of 6th of January. It's about meeting the right kind of people. It's about connecting with your immediate environment, talking about this vision, it is a very directional full moon because it changes your mindset. It's happening in the house of our mental capabilities. You sort of decide in your head, because this is a full moon of courage. It's happening in your house of courage. You pull up your courage and decide that there is an important change in your life from both your skill set and your future direction perspective that you need to make. And this is sort of a preview of 2019, and you start talking to people about it. You start connecting with the right kind of people. You start getting information from the other people. That is also the day to communicate very actively from with your surrounding. If there's a media project, if there's a broadcast, if there's any kind of media communication project that you need to do, that is best done around 22nd of December. There might be something in your inner world that might come to light, because Uranus is making a sextile with this full moon. Through conversation with your immediate environment or with your sibling, certain hidden factors about you that you did not know, that is holding you back from having this new start, might come to light with that. So I request very, very deeply to you that after 22nd of December, and even after 14th or 15th of December, open yourself to the world. This is an exercise of sort of bringing your boundaries down, and Neptune is in that area. Neptune is in your house of social networks. It's asking you to lower your boundaries with your surroundings and talk very openly about your insecurity, about your risk, about the fact that you want to sort of explore where you're going, because it is an exercise where you might learn from somebody. Some creative ideas might come from your network, because Neptune is making a creative aspect to this full moon. So there is a possibility that if you connect with people who are different from you, if you connect with people who are there in your network, both in social and business network, they might give you certain ideas on how to proceed forward. But this is a change in mindset, very clearly change of mindset, because it's happening at 1 degree Cancer, which is a very critical degree. In symbolic astrology, it is shown, it is represented as a man going up and changing the flag on the flagpole. So essentially, the allegiance is changed with this. You're ready to change your immediate environment, you're ready to change your co-workers, you're ready to change your allegiance to a current situation and move into a new one. And it will come with an empowerment, it will come with a sense of adventure, I believe, because this full moon is balancing your need to have a practical plan of action, some sort of details down, with this sense that you're getting that you need to move into an expansive cycle. So some amount of details need to come through over time that you acquire with your from your immediate environment, by talking about it, by meeting the right people, by hobnobbing with a different set of people from you. And that is, I believe, the core to success, the core to success in this area. So from 22nd of December, when it is anyways a social period, interact with people in your surroundings all the way to 6th of January to get more information. And then on 6th of January, you have the solar eclipse in your house of education, in your house of adventure, in your house of travel. I believe some sort of faith, some sort of old philosophy needs to let go for you to expand further. Taurus, I've been through this. I just had a cycle of Uranus in my sign for the last 7 years. I can tell you that the next 7 years are going to look very different from what you imagined. So opening yourself up to new prospects is the name of game in 2019, because in 2020 you would have Jupiter visit your career house for the first time in 12 years. That is the time when our career goes through an expansive exercise after we have acquired the tools. So 2019, do not care about if you're starting from scratch or if you're doing something new. That is the name of the game. It is a sort of a exercise where you'll have to give in to enhancing your tools, enhancing your skill set, and they will come from mentors, they will come from other people, they will come through a course that you do with other people, that will come through a person who you meet who is different from you, and you acquire new knowledge by working with that person on a day-to-day basis. So open yourself up to new experiences. Uranus does not treat us well if we are not flexible to go with it. So 2019, you need to be a little bit flexible to go with the flow, and Jupiter will enable that. Jupiter is in your house of transformation. It will enable you, it will make it easier for you to transition into a new phase of life. Neptune is sort of lowering your boundaries when it comes to interacting with people who are completely different from you. It is lowering your boundaries to let other people in, and these are the people who will become part of your family going forward. You're acquiring a new set of people who will become your supporters going forward. These are different people, these are different supporters from the past supporters. Then, as we end the month, 23rd to 27th, if you're still working, 23rd to 27th of December is not a good time to get into the details. That is a good time from a creative perspective and from the perspective of meeting people who can help you in the next phase, but not from a detailed work perspective. If you have to do any detailed work, 28th of December is a better time. 27th or 28th of December is a good time to do that. 27th and 28th December is a good time to also transform your existing committed partnerships. Venus is there in your romance and committed partnership sector throughout this month. If you are in a committed relationship, I believe it has had its rebirth, and it is receiving the positivity of you working through the gaps in it, working through it through communication, through talking about it over the course of last couple of months, and that has brought you closer. So you'll enjoy the holiday season with this loved one, I believe. And we end the month on a beautiful note. I think 2019 is the year of manifestation. We have three major planets in their own sign. That is the year when things come to fruition. The things that you work hard on actually give results in that year. And for you, it's happening largely in the house of education. It's happening in the house of you letting go an old profession and moving into a new skill set. So I'll request you to use this expansive year, which doesn't happen often. Saturn, Pluto, and South Node will not come again in your sign of education for a very long time. They're coming together for the first time since 15th century. It's breaking down certain barriers and create a new mindset, create a new skill set that will serve you very innovatively in future. You'll go into a very innovative line of work by acquiring this new set of education. So I hope this was helpful. I hope you have a great year end, and Happy New Year to all of you, and Merry Christmas to you and your family. Thank you so much.